Child sex offenders could have their names, photos and postcodes published online if the federal government's plans for a national register go ahead. The Home Affairs Minister says it will make Australian communities safer. But the idea has been savaged by child protection advocate Hetty Johnston, an independent candidate at the last state election, who says it's nothing more than a vote-winning exercise.
Bruce and Denise Morcombe have spent more than a decade trying to prevent harm to children after their son Daniel was murdered by a serial pedophile. They say a national sex offenders register is part of the solution.
This is an important tool that can be used by parents and carers to protect kids.
The government wants the states and territories to agree to the names, photos and postcodes of convicted child sex offenders being made available on a website.
If it saves one child, if it prevents one child from falling prey to a pedophile in our country, then it's something that's worth pursuing.
But other child protection advocates have dismissed the idea as nothing more than politics.
Elections are run on fear or hope, right? This is going to be run on fear. And it's winning votes on the backs of children's very lives.
Hetty Johnston says the register won't work and government should instead focus on tougher sentences. She also wants a royal commission into the family law system, where she says abused children are falling through the cracks.
I tell you what, I'm dying for a politician who gives a shit about our kids.
In a report published last year, the government's own Institute of Criminology found public sex offender registers might have a small deterrent effect on first-time offenders, but they don't reduce reoffending rates, while some studies suggest they could even increase them.
When you have a person cut off from society who would ordinarily be trying to rehabilitate, reintegration is difficult and it is more likely, in fact, that they then commit further crimes.
In Western Australia, residents can already request photos of high-risk sex offenders living in their area. Crossbench Senator Derryn Hinch wants the federal model to go much further to include their addresses.
So I have this quaint idea that when you rape a child, you lose some of your rights to privacy.
Lawyers say that would only encourage vigilante attacks, and the government has already ruled it out. Jade, Macmillan, ABC News, Canberra.